This is one of the hardest videos I've ever created, which is why I don't have my face on there. Instead, this is just going to be a narrative because even now, I have tears in my eyes as I'm reminded that my fur baby is gone. My dog Cooper passed away almost 2 weeks ago, and I once read a saying, "You were my favorite hello and my hardest goodbye." And these words have stayed with me because every time I think about them, I feel a lump in my throat because they are so true. I love seeing my little Cooper's eyes light up every time he saw me. Cooper was my fur baby, and for 8 years, I got him when he was just 8 weeks old in April 2018, and he passed in April 2026. 8 weeks, 8 years, I don't know. Maybe that's some kind of connection there. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. 8 and 8. As a therapist, I've worked with clients who have emotional support animals, and I always respected how much it helped them. But I never really labeled Cooper that way. But now I realize Cooper was truly my emotional support. He was with me through difficult moments, joyful moments, when I felt frustrated, annoyed, I just felt off. He would be right there, curled up under my feet, and just knowing he was there brought me a sense of calm. I miss having him sitting on my lap, rubbing him, because anytime I felt upset or anything, just holding on to him made me feel so much better. I remember watching him chasing birds that he would never catch, and even butterflies. And I would watch him just sitting there and thinking how free he must feel. Sometimes he'd be disheveled from running out with the animals. And then when he finished, he would just lay down right on his little pillow, sitting on the porch, just looking so happy. And I miss that about my little Cooper. I miss him sitting on the porch. In my previous home, we had a large picture window, and Cooper would just sit there for hours watching people walk by, like he was keeping track of the whole neighborhood. And when someone familiar pulled up into the yard, he knew their car. He would jump up and down and bark and let everybody know that they were there. And the one thing that used to annoy my husband was Cooper wouldn't bark at strangers, only people he knew. Almost like he was saying, "They're not worth my bark." And that was Cooper. He was so full of personality. I watched him grow from a tiny puppy who barely fit in my lap into an 18-pound bundle of joy. He was mischievous, he was funny, he was affectionate, and it just seems like every memory that comes up ends up with me smiling or laughing through tears. Because grief has a way of highlighting the little things. The little things that we thought we forgot. I still wake up in the morning thinking, man, I need to take Cooper outside. And then I remember he's not here anymore. During the day, I find myself about to call his name because he was always getting into something. And he had a favorite spot he would like to sit in the bed, in the bedroom, and look out the window. At night, my husband and I would take our walks, but now there's an empty space where he used to be. We used to laugh because the outside lights would come on when Cooper ran ahead of us, and now they still come on, but somehow even that feels different because it's the small moments that become the loudest in grief. I laid Cooper to rest in the backyard, his favorite place to sneak off to when he thought I wasn't looking. I can see it right from my kitchen window. And I've decided to plant Irish moss over his resting place. That's grass that so in the spring the small white flowers will bloom. And when his plaque comes, I know it will be hard, but it matters to me that he is remembered. Cooper loved the outdoors. He would sit for hours, if I let him, just looking up at the trees and the birds. And he loved playing in the grass, and he loved sniffing the flowers. Grief is love that still exists, even when the person, or in this case our pet, is no longer physically here. And I want to say this gently but honestly. If you're not a pet person, please don't minimize someone's grief by saying he was just a dog. Because for some of us, they were more than just a dog. He was more than just somebody we fed and we pet. He was so much more. For some of us, they were family. They were comfort. They were consistency. They were love in its purest form. And even if you don't fully understand it, compassion costs nothing. When someone tells you that their fur baby has died, try to understand how they feel. And I understand a lot of people are not pet people. But even if you don't fully understand it, compassion costs nothing. As a mental health therapist, I recognize that grief, no matter where it comes from, is real. And losing a pet can impact your daily routine, your emotional regulation, and your sense of connection. And it's okay to acknowledge that, and it's okay to feel it. I miss my little Cooper so deeply. My heart aches. And while I know the intensity of this heartache will soften over time, he will always have a place in my heart. And if you take anything from this, make a mental wellness a priority and not an option. And give yourself permission to feel, to pause, and to heal, even when it hurts. Goodbye, Cooper. I'll cherish our memories forever. I love you.